August the 27th, wild shrubs. Most of our wild or semi-wild shrubs, with the exception of buddleia, bindweed and Russian vine, are not so noticeable this month. Hawthorn, wayfaring tree, roses, elder and guelder rose all stand out because of their berries. Others such as privet, guelder rose, dogwood and sea buckthorn have yet to set their first fruit. Gorse flowers, Ulex europaeus, reached their peak in April and are now virtually non-existent. Luckily, dwarf gorse, Ulex galli, has just come into flower, explaining why people believe gorse never stops flowering. Bittersweet and the Duke of Argyll's tea plant are two climbers that do tend to get noticed. Bittersweet or woody nightshades, Solanum dulcamara, has bluish purple and bright yellow flowers. Its first English name refers to the taste of its roots and stem, if they're chewed, and its second to an association with the poisonous nightshades. It was used to treat people who had just fallen from a great height, although paradoxically it can sometimes cause vertigo. The berries, when eaten, cause some staggering before what has been described as a severe bout of dark-coloured diarrhea. The Duke of Argyll's tea plant, Lycium barbarum, also has purple and yellow flowers. It was originally sent from the Near East to one of the Dukes of Argyll in the 17th century, misidentified and labelled as a tea plant. The mistake was not realised for nearly 2 centuries, by which time there was little point in rectifying it. The flowers go on to produce very inviting red berries, which unfortunately are slightly poisonous. Garden shrubs. At first sight, there seem to be few shrubs in London's front gardens giving any great display this month. What shrubs there are seem to have been planted for their berries or autumn colour, and so there is an overall green look. Some, such as spindle and sea buckthorn, have just finished flowering, but not yet developed their fruits. Others, such as wisteria and viburnum, at times may be enjoying a second flowering. In contrast, it is, however, a good month for both wild and garden climbers. Wild climbers seen everywhere are Russian vine and bindweed. In gardens, equally common climbers include clematis, honeysuckle, passionflower and morning glory. Less common are capsis, tropolium, clanthus, and more recently, with warmer temperatures, bougainvillea. Rarer shrubs sadly seem to be confined to large collections, such as those at Kew or Wisley, and occasionally the gardens of country houses. Some shrubs, shrublets, or dwarf shrubs are occasionally found in borders or rockeries, but often go unnoticed. 1 or 2 exotics escape from conservatories in central areas, and some get planted in tropical borders. Considering the excitement that met the arrival of new shrubs in the last 2 centuries, especially from the Americas and the Far East, it is sad there are so few in any abundance now. Chilean shrubs such as Clerodendron, Desfrontania and Grevillea all deserve wider plantings, and similar lists of native shrubs could be made for Australia, New Zealand, Tasmania and China. The shrubs most commonly seen while walking around London are Hydrangea hypericum, Viburnum lavatera, Berberis deutzia, Ceanothus spirea, Hibiscus salvia, Lycisteria yucca roses, and to a lesser extent, Escalona, Punica, Abelia, and Olearia. Olearias is sometimes called Mother of Stars on account of the huge number of daisy-like flowers some species can produce. In their native New Zealand, some are subalpine shrubs. Other shrubs such as elder, pyracantha, cotoneaster, skimmia, and hawthorn all just get noticed because of their berries. There is also a significant group of shrubs with pea-like flowers, for example, Cytisus genista, Indigofera, and Robinia. Interesting ericaceous shrubs include tree heathers, oxydendron, and Irish heath, Debosia cantabrica. Irish heath is a dwarf shrub with lazy clusters of flowers that are usually purplish-pink, but in one form, Debosia cantabrica bicolor, white, purple, and pink flowers all appear on the same plant. Even more special is a crimson form, which occurs in among the rocks in the wilds of Connemara. Then there are the aromatic shrubs, for example, Aloysia trifila, lemon verbena, scent, Caryopsis spearmint, Callistemon lemon and pine, and the very special allspice, Calicanthus, whose petals smell of apples, leaves of camphor, and bark of cinnamon. It is little wonder it is found in so many London spice racks. The most special of these aromatics is myrtle, myrtus. Although the flowers are rarely seen in London, they have been admired for centuries. In ancient Greece, they were a symbol of youth and beauty. Their scent is similar to myrrh, hence the name. Even the berries and wood are all deliciously scented. If eaten, it has the ability to perfume the urine in less than 20 minutes, much as asparagus does, but in this case the urine smells of violets. Two exceptionally handsome shrubs worth seeking out are Hoheria and Clerodendron. Clerodendron bushes are native to China and Japan. They may have been noticed in the spring for their unusually deep purple unfolding leaves. Now they have round clusters of unusually coloured flowers. Clerodendron trichotomum has crimson-coloured petals with a china blue pea-sized berry set in the centre of the petals. Others have apple or even clove-scented flowers. Clerodendron bungii is worth avoiding, as although it has attractive rosy red flowers, its branches when handled release an unpleasant odour which is quite difficult to get rid of. A good collection of shrubs can now be seen in Fenton House, Hampstead, including Bugbane, Actia simplex, with its particularly glossy berries.